How you doing, everybody? I'm Andy Malafrino, one of the hosts of Drag the Lake. If you want to watch full episodes, link for my other channel down below. Over here, we check out new music videos. The new music video I want to check out, Knocked Loose. They put out a new video for their song Blinding Faith, and I think they accompanied themselves with a release date. I gotta get a new mouse. God damn it. My mouse is fucking up. Not a good start. Please send me money so I can get a new mouse. I think they accompanied a release date for this new record. It is nowhere to be found. They really should. I've said this before, and I know it's not going to really, it's not a huge necessity in the grand scale of things, just because it's like Knocked Loose is going to be fine, just because the release date isn't in the description for their music video. It's not the end of the world, but if I'm going to nitpick, which, hey man, we're talking about music on the internet. Why the fuck not? I feel like you should put it down there. But regardless, this song is pretty good. I listened to it already, but let's watch the video and talk about it here. So this is Blinding Faith. There we go. Knocked Loose, Blinding Faith. These guys might be, what's the word I'm looking for? Because I don't want to just be a simp and say these guys might be a perfect band. They're very, 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 very good. Are they a perfect band? I don't know. God, if they're not, they're damn near close. But I think the point, okay, so this is what I'm really trying to get at, is so the thing I've been noticing about Knocked Loose is they've been slowly nudging their sound. They never have a huge drastic shift. They always make sure they have top-notch production. They always make sure they have sort of a vibe shift from album to album. But, you know, is this, like, I'm trying to think of a band. Like, I don't know if you guys are here for, like, if you guys are hardcore fans, you know, because you found this video because you're looking for a Knocked Loose reaction. If you're hardcore fans, I don't know, you're probably familiar with 4 Year Strong. But, like, 4 Year Strong, if you go to their first album versus their last album, well, that's not a perfect example. Okay, let's take a band like Fall Out Boy. If you go to their first album, power pop, emo, maybe power pop's not the best term, but just that like pop punk emo sound, because there's multiple versions of emo. They were one of the kings. My Chemical Romance was a good old spooky emo. And then fucking like Death Cab was indie emo or whatever the fuck. And, Fall Out Boy, when they first started, they were the perfect example of like that pop punk emo sound. And then they shifted to a more, I don't know, theater kid rock. Then they were like, what if we did dubstep? And then now they're kind of more theater kid rock, where literally they're writing songs that sound like they should be in a musical and shit like that. And I gotta be honest, there's good aspects of every iteration of Fall Out Boy. But Fall Out Boy day one to Fall Out Boy right now is a pretty drastic shift. You can't really say that about Knocked Loose, but at the same time, old Knocked Loose doesn't sound like old Knocked Loose doesn't sound like new Knocked Loose, but old Knocked Loose still kind of sounds like new Knocked Loose. They've been doing this perfect balance where, because they're clearly, with these gentlemen, there's clearly been like a conscious shift to try to have the most, or I should say in my opinion, because I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but just based off what I've been observing them and how they maneuver and stuff like that, it feels like there's been somewhat of a conscious shift to try to be the most mainstream they can be without sacrificing what sort of got them to the party. Because sometimes these bands, like a band, I don't name names because I don't want to talk out of class, but we all know what's happened. There's some bands that kind of, they get popular off one type of sound, and then they have a substantially drastic shift that kind of rockets them into the mainstream, and which is fine to a degree, but also at the same time, if you're one of those fans that kind of helped them get to the party, and now they're at the party and they're like, sorry, I don't have a +1, you can't come in. You're like, hey, I got you to this party. Now help me get in. I don't know. Is my analogy making any sense? But you know what I mean? And it's kind of like annoying when it's like they get the fan base off one particular sound, and now that they've gotten there, they're like, all right, I'm gonna do this whole other shit. And it's like fucking annoying. As a fan, it's like fucking annoying. You feel, not to sound dramatic, but you feel betrayed. And then now you're stuck with a shittier band from your perspective. And Knocked Loose is like, I guess what I'm trying to get at is I think they're going to do what very few bands have ever fucking done. Because I was talking about this on the main up, which I'll remind you, link for the main full-length podcast channel down below. I was talking about this on the main up, but what was I talking about on the main app? I got sidetracked. I see Knocked Loose. I see this album, whatever the mainstream is nowadays, it's definitely shifted. Because I remember when we were talking on the pod, Pat goes like, oh, what? The mainstream's like radio play? And I go like, yeah, but no. Because it kind of is for some people, but also it also doesn't matter for a lot of people. Like most people who are fucking with Knocked Loose or most people who listen to the radio aren't going to hear Knocked Loose and go, who are these fine young gentlemen? I'm going to listen to more of them. That's not who's going to fuck with Knocked Loose. But at the same time, they are going to move into, I feel like this album coming out and the way they've been maneuvering themselves, it is going to push them into a more, whatever the modern day version of mainstream field is for rock and shit like that. And I'm happy for it because I think the more popular Knocked Loose gets, the better popular music can get. Because if people see Knocked Loose, if people see that a band that sounds like that is that popular, then they go, well, maybe I should not suck ass, and then not sucking ass can be popular. But no, but like because the thing I've been fearing with Knocked Loose is because they keep like kind of, I don't know. I feel like they keep dancing with like, dude, do we just fucking? And I'm not a guy who faults a band for selling out. It's fucking years of making no money. Dude, make your fucking check. It's just as a fan sometimes, if a fan truly sells out, it's a bummer. And you feel like, I feel like the temptation's there, like Knocked Loose is like, yo, do we just fucking sell out? Because they could. You know what I mean? They could. They've had enough catalog of not sucking. They've had a long enough catalog of not sucking ass that even their old time, Like their old school fans won't bail on them because they'll be like, all right, they've got what, 3 albums and an EP of not sucking ass. We can dance to those and then just go get another beer on their other songs. But I don't think they're gonna, is what I'm trying to say. I don't think they're fucking gonna. And it's very impressive because you hear with the music, you see it with the video. The video still stays true to sort of their general energy. The music stays true to their general energy, but they're doing what they've done every album, which I appreciate, is upping the production and upping the songwriting. They're introducing little things here and there. Like there was a part in the beginning. I saw the lead guitar was sort of sprinkling over, just a tone you never really heard. And I got to be honest, I really appreciate the subtle shifts rather than big drastic shifts, because it's like, it's fun and exciting. It's like you're presented something you're familiar with a new type of flair. And I got to be honest, I'm incredibly excited for Knocked Loose, because you don't get a quality of band this often, this consistent, this high level. It's impressive. And if they keep going at the trajectory they've been going, it will be a beyond envious career for many. It'll be something most bands couldn't do. Having that level of consistency, having that level of integrity, and having that level of consistent growth and shit like that. It'll be nothing short of spectacular. So, yes, that is my 11-minute dissertation on how I would, or that's my 11-minute jerking off of Knocked Loose. Thank you. This has been my Knocked Loose simping TED Talk. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, check out our other channel for longer form content. Until next time, I love you. Have a good one. Be about it. Peace.